So we talked about the niche, we talked about the service, and today we talk about the offer and go deeper into what that looks like. And because I'm going to do only one take without having to edit this video, I'm going to jump right into this right now. If you're new to this channel, you have watched the first video of this channel, then you are in day 2 of the boot camp that I'm running this week. And so congratulations for the good timing, but I would go and watch that video first prior to watching this one. My name is James Bonadis, and I've been running a marketing agency since 2014. My business partner has been running it since 2012, and I've coached over 8,000 people. This kind of process, and the process really has not changed since 2017, since talking about it. And this process amazingly has not changed since I've been running it and Jason has been running it. And the reason why is because it works. And the industry likes to complicate things so they can sell you something. But in the end, the foundations and the knowledge are really, really simple. And really what the most important aspect is, and you need to ask yourself this, is if I really want this to be serious and I really want to make this work, where can I find the support? So I can offer you guys the best kind of support I can without being in our coaching program, and that is to go into school.com/future agencies, future-agencies. You can see it on my screen right now. And the reason why is because during this boot camp, I want to support you this week and then again next week, okay? And remember, if you have any questions, you click this July 2024 post in here, and make sure that this category is July 2024 bootcamp, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to start this with what I like to believe, a beautiful graphic for you to understand what this process looks like. And so we'll talk more about this during the week, but I want to start with the end in mind because ultimately everything that we talk about builds up to this process, okay? So essentially, yesterday I told you niche prospecting, right? Warm market. If you haven't watched that video, go watch day 1. And then we're going to start getting into something called a client qualification interview. Not exactly today. This will be on tomorrow, but I want you to know this process. And during that CQI, we call it for short, you're going to be doing something called a client close, a trial onboard. Then you're going to close them on a retainer. Then you're going to onboard them for that retainer. And then the magic happens in the upsells and the referrals. And so before I get ahead of myself, I want you to just look at this and understand that it's all about having the right process. And then when you have the right process, you can actually know what to do day in and day out. And when you know what to do day in, day out, you're more confident in prospecting day in and day out. And when you prospect day in and day out, you're making more offers day in and day out. And the person who makes the most offers always wins. Always, always, always wins. The only difference between you right now and somebody who's doing $10, $50, $100,000 a month is, yes, they have the process, but they're making the most offers to the most amount of people. That's who makes the most money. If you make 50 offers this month and you close 5 of them and you make 0 offers next month, but your competitor, well, there's really no competition in this business, and then somebody who started at the same time that you did made 50 this month and 50 next month and the 50 the next month, believe me, they're going to get to a lot of money a heck of a lot faster than you, only because they've made more offers, okay? So I'm going to start off with what we call the Baby Yoda strategy. Some people may have heard me talk about this, and it's an important aspect that when we teach things, we teach it in a way that everybody can understand. And this is why we get so many people that say like, wow, you know, I've been trying to do this thing for a long time and I've always been stuck on the linguistics and the language and stuff. And so, because in the beginning, you need to understand things where when you can attach it to real life, the brain has the ability to be able to compare something to something you understand, and now you understand both, okay? And so we need to go back to cable TV, all right? And I want you to think back about it, or think back to it if if you're old enough to even know what cable TV is, I guess, because most people don't even have that anymore. But on cable TV, you had like movies, documentaries, shows, music channels, and you paid one big bill. I still do it myself. My bill's not $200, it's $300 a month, but you're paying one big bill, okay? But the thing about it is you really don't have much flexibility. Yeah, they may give you like 2 or 3 bundle choices, but ultimately you're still paying hundreds of dollars a month, even if you're choosing the cheapest one, right? And the worst part about the cable companies, then they're tying in their internet and your home phone, believe it or not. Like my cable company forces me to get a home phone because if I don't get a home phone, then I actually pay more money for cable and internet than if I bundled it together. Don't ask. Limited choices, and then I'm locked into a contract. A lot of cable companies have stopped the contracts, but when you first sign up, they'll give you a 2-year contract, and then they reduce it, but then eventually it runs out, and then you're stuck there for whatever. But then Netflix came to the rescue, right? They started offering movies, and then documentaries, and then shows. You could also do music channels, but it was one little tiny bill, $16 a month. All right, 17 now, 18 now. I don't really know exactly what it is. It just comes out of my bank account is what it is. But you have flexibility, you have choices, you have no contract, cancel anytime, and you actually can do a 14-day, I think they have a 14-day trial, right? That's Netflix, but there's many other different ones that have come out since Netflix, and that is the whole point of what I'm trying to get at here, okay? Because in comes Disney Plus. And when you take a look at now all of these different types of streaming services, you start to realize that what Netflix did was they offered choice for a little bit of money. And then what did people start doing? They started to get Hulu and Sling and HBO Now and Peacock and Apple TV and CBS and ESPN Plus and Disney. Everybody wanted Disney because all their kids wanted, Baby Yoda. And so it's like, well, Baby John, we already have Netflix. You can watch the kids channel. Well, no, Daddy, I want to watch Baby Yoda. Fine. Let me go get Disney Plus for another $12 a month, right? And so we start to convince ourselves that it's just cheap. It's low. It's an easy barrier to entry. Okay? And so the lesson is that people are willing to spend the same amount of money on all these different low barrier to entry services, or let's translate it into real life, or streamings. And even though you're still paying the same amount of money as the cable bill, everybody hates the cable bill. But everybody loves all their streaming services. And so the lesson here is you want to be like the streaming services and have your clients want you to just do more stuff for them like the streaming services, okay? And so the era is gone. Now about 5 million people abandon cable TV every year, leaving about 75 million Americans in the traditional TV ecosystem, according to an analyst estimates. Okay, so everybody's leaving the big bill. It's just like the one size fits all bill. And they rather spend that much money or more to have choice. Okay? And so if we look at kind of this value ladder of what the streaming services did, is that like product number one, most people started with Netflix, or they still do start with Netflix. But then they want that Disney Plus because their kids want it. And then they want to watch this new movie on Hulu. And then they want to watch Sling TV. And then they want to watch new movies on Apple TV. And then they want to watch, new movies on HBO Plus, and so on and so forth. People don't care. They have 6, 7, 10, 12, 15 different streaming services. And so essentially the value ladder in this example is more about more services. The more services there are, the more money you're spending, okay? And so if we want to translate this into the agency world, we can look at it like this. We give a free trial for reputation management. And that free trial is it's not a time frame, it's a results based. Let me get you a few 5-star reviews before you pay me, and then we could decide how to move forward from there. That is the first step of the value ladder. Then if they say, I love what you're doing, can we do this on an ongoing basis? Well, it's going to cost you $297, $397 a month. Great. They go from free to low barrier to entry for a business owner. Now, we're getting them more 5-star reviews, and now we say, what else can you do? Well, funny you might ask. Message marketing, we call it message marketing database reactivation. Well, client 1, since you're already doing reputation management with us, well, we can kind of deploy that same philosophy to all your past customers, and let's offer them something. They've already bought once, they'll buy again, and we could do that via email or text. It's just going to be another $197, $297 a month. Great. Well, client 1, the best part about message marketing is that we can continue to do it with past customers, but we need to make sure we're adding new customers. And the best way to add new customers is through lead generation. And again, this depends on the niche. Let's call it kitchen, bath, and remodeling. And the fastest way that we can find new customers is most likely on Google. When somebody is Googling, kitchen remodeling near me, or in Wayne, New Jersey, or Passaic, New Jersey, wherever it might be, and people will click on an ad that I'll put up on Google, and that's how we could generate you more or new clients, which will then go into the bucket of we can hit them up later in life, right? And then we can go back, once we're humming along, we can go and say, offer them SEO that says, what's even better than lead generation is that if we can get your Google Business Profile ranked or your website ranked in the local area, but that's a long-term play. You're talking 8 to 12 months, but we're already making you money with all the other services, but we could add this on the back end. And then one day, once you're ranking, you no longer then need lead generation because you're getting it naturally or organically, okay? And that is literally the conversations that I've had dozens of times with dozens of clients. And funny enough, these conversations happen organically. If you do the free trial and the ongoing small service right, okay? A lot of people make the mistake where they try to land them on lead gen first or SEO first. They're doing it backwards. You never start high, you always start low. And yes, it works, right? If you have the results and you've been doing this a long time, people will start out high if they believe that you can accomplish what you say you can accomplish. And so I want to ask you a question. Okay, in today's boot camp day, it's not rocket science, right? So, this is not going to be an hour-long video. This is pretty simple stuff and easy for you to understand. And I hope that you could appreciate that. And the question I want to ask you is, do you want 30 clients at $197 a month? Because that would be about $71,000 a year. And that's an average client value over that year of $2,364. Or do you want 5 clients at $1,997 per month? Because that's $120,000 a year. And it's one of the most important questions you should ask yourself, because I keep seeing this every day about getting SaaS clients. Like, dude, you don't want SaaS clients. Do you know what it would be like to handle 30 clients? Now, there's caveats to that. As I mentioned yesterday, we have students who have 80 clients only doing rep management. But can you imagine having 30 different clients? The ones that have a lot of clients, most likely, like I said, like the example that I give you, it's a franchise. Franchise 1 has 30 of their own stores or restaurants, and you're really only dealing with one franchise main point of contact, and they just want to deploy it through all of their stores. It's a lot different than having to deal with 30 different clients. It can be done. I know I spat or spit on people who throw the whole SaaS word out there, but I think people get confused. They believe when they hear the word SaaS that you want to sell GoHighLevel to people for like $40 a month. We don't do that. You shouldn't do that. You should be using GoHighLevel as the engine behind your business to run your clients through and sell them eventually the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per month retainers. And the way you do that is through this process. And the way you do this process is through this system. And don't worry, after today, we're going to start getting really deep into this. But I urge people who are watching this, and in the beginning, your business will look like this. Not 30 clients, but a couple clients at $197, $297, $397 a month. And that's where it should do. But you have to take that process of upselling into account to get to somebody, to get to a business that looks like this. Because I don't know about you, but 5 clients at $2,000 a month on the side while working a full-time job, if that's what you're choosing, because that's what I did, it's a lot of extra money. And so I've talked about this before. I 3x'd my teaching. Well, I was a vice principal at the time. My vice principal salary because of this, because of 5, 6, 7 clients at the time, but high ticket, all starting with low ticket offers, except for the first client. I screwed that one away. So you are only one client away. Now, I threw on here calculator, and the reason why is I'll show you this right now. All right, and so let's just show you what it could look like. So if let's say you have 0 clients and the average client value is 7. Let's just say $397. Okay, and you add 1 new client a month. Okay, let's say each client overhead is $50. Right, so you're looking at a total yearly income of $22,900. Right, and that's a client value of $397. But let's say you add message marketing and reputation management, and now you could do $797 a month. That is a huge increase in income by doing what you should be doing anyway, which is always upselling your clients. But the fun starts to happen is if we make an average client about $19.97 a month, which is our package pricing, by the end of year 1, you would have made $128,000. Now let's remove the 1 client a month, and let's just say you averaged a total of 8 clients for the year. Okay, you land 1 or 2, you lose 1 or 2, whatever it might be, and you don't add any others. So you averaged it, and let's say the average cost is, because I want to reiterate this extremely loud. A lot of people have a preconception that when clients are pitched a monthly retainer for lead generation, Facebook, Google, that retainer includes the ad spend. It does not. At least not in my experience. I've done it 1 or 2 times before, but we separate that. Like, that client credit card is going on the Facebook ads. It's going on the Google ads. I want nothing to do with splitting my money up to pay for ads. That ain't happening. Because how do you know how much you're going to spend? How much do you then you got to worry about collecting their payment? Heck no. This is all profit. Let's say overhead, 8 clients, you can honestly very easily handle 8 clients. Running a package for just those 8 clients while working a full-time job. Obviously, if you're like a trucker and you're working 12, 15 hours a day, so you go to 4 clients, right? And so you're looking at about $186,000 a year. Let's say you have a VA or whatever, and let's say each client is costing you, which is not going to cost you $350 per client, but let's just say $350 a client. Let's make it even worse. Let's say $500. Your VA, you pay $1,000 a month. I mean, it wouldn't even cost you that much, but whatever. $143,000, right? So it's easier to be that one-stop shop for people, to be that doctor, that marketing doctor for clients. It's a lot easier. And so I want to jump back here and say, like, do you realize that, can you imagine how much money people spend on learning how to create offers? Can you imagine how long people spend trying to figure out what their offer should be? And as I went through this presentation, the offer was already given to you. It was already built, especially if you're just starting out, you only have 1 or 2 clients, maybe you have none. You do not need, I'm going to try to not get agitated here. You do not need to try to figure out an offer. You do not need to go get Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers. You don't, because there's no better offer than the one that we just talked about here. Your offer is your trial. We use rep management as the mechanism. That's the service. And I don't know why people don't do this. Well, my students do it, but I don't know why people from my YouTube channels, like, I don't know. Like, I get you got into this business to make money, and there's a block in your head that says, I'm doing this to make money, so why should I do anything for free? When 95% of people who've started this business all did things for free. Go listen to their stories. Alex Hormozi talks about how most of the stuff he did in the beginning for gyms, he did for free. You guys got to get over the pride, to be frank. Get over the fact that, well, I got into this business to make money. I'm not doing anything for free. Yo, go look in the mirror. Like, who do you think you are? And I hope this is not hurting people's feelings. But, like, who are you? Because when I started this business, I was nobody. Nobody knew me. Nobody trusted me. Nobody gave a shit about me. And the only way to break through was to say, listen, business owner, bro, don't worry. I got it. Let me prove to you my worth. Because if you F it up, nothing came out of their pocket. You don't even have to worry about it. But if you did good, that confidence that you have gained is worth, it could be worth, now hear me really loud, it could be worth millions. Because if I didn't do this in the beginning, I'm just giving you my example. If I didn't do this in the beginning and I tried to pitch $2,000 offers and I got 20 no's, I don't know if I would have continued. And I would have lost the 30 million. I mean, obviously gross, obviously not net. I would have lost all that opportunity since 2014. That is the scariest part about quitting, is that when you decide not to do something, you're giving up all future potential of what could have been. And if you start to really think about that, it's scary as hell. Hey, I started this business venture. It was good. I thought it was good. I decided to just go back to my job. Imagine you pushed through that, and in 5 years, you were making $1 million a year. Like, that is some scary stuff right there. Start thinking like that and watch. You will never quit again. Ever. So let's translate this into our world again. And so free trial looks like, again, rep management. Then you got your ongoing management, then your message marketing, then your lead gen, pay-per-click, Facebook ads. You know, I don't know about you, but our coaching program and our affiliate 297 affiliates get 13 done for you funnels. Our coaching program students get 32 done for you funnels and follow-ups and all that stuff. But for my GoHighLevel affiliates, we give 13 of those away. And then again, this is our world. This is the world where the system and the process is in place. You just got to go and run with it, and you got to get over yourself, your pride, your ego, whatever it might be, and start doing shit for free. And now you can take this and start packaging it. And if you go into the Future Agencies group, and once I'm done with this presentation, I'll see if I can find it. I have somewhere in there a package pricing sheet, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, we're getting down to the end now anyway. And so, again, we started with the end in mind. And so you may say to me, well, James, what's this client qualification interview and the onboarding and all this stuff? Well, that, my friends, will be, I believe, day 3. I have to look, but we'll go through what's coming up. And then this all makes sense. All of this makes sense. Why does it make sense? It makes sense because every step of the system, the process, has everything that you need to go from offering trials to getting the results to asking for referrals. And then when you're asking for referrals, you don't even need to do trials anymore. Trials are not forever. This is for you if you have 1 or 2 clients or no clients. Or if you have a few clients but you don't have results and you're nervous about getting results, go in for the trial. Takes the pressure off. Okay? And so all of these scripts and everything guys will get. All right? You'll get the referral automation, the niche prospecting sheets, the client qualification interview script, the trial close script, the trial onboarding script, the retainer close script, the retainer onboarding script, the upsell package pricing, and then the referral automation after they get a client. We have it all. Every step of the way. Okay? And so let me jump out of this presentation and let me jump into here and let me go into Classroom and then let me jump into the free resources and cool. Under agency resources, here are all of everything that I'm talking about right here. Trial close, onboarding form, double tap, niche pricing sheet. That's what I wanted to talk about. All right, cool. So this is what I meant when I said packaging, okay? Is that we go from trial to getting them on a retainer to adding more services. And then when you start having those conversations, you can offer the package pricing. And typically in our tier 1 campaigns, if we're offering $297 for message marketing and reputation management, or you can bundle that how you want, then lead gen, then SEO, you can package these lower tiers as like, hey, we'll do all this for $14.97. As you get up more into the higher priced tiers, meaning that they just make more money in that business and they're willing to spend more money, they have more of a marketing budget, that's when you can get up to the $19.97. And then you can get up in the tier 3 packages to like $3,500. So that would be like mortgage buyer refinance companies, not the loan officers, but the companies. Pain management, this was our bread and butter. We crushed it, pain management. It works like a charm. And they are willing to spend a boatload of money because they make a boatload of money. Personal injury lawyers, they don't really care about message marketing, rep management. They are just more like, hey, lawsuit is happening, personal injury, let's just generate leads for it, okay? Plastic surgery, podiatrists, roofing is an amazing one as well. Divorce lawyers, as you can imagine, are really good as well. And so these are all just the suggested prices. And I'm going to end with this, okay, because I want to end with this in mind, is that we talked about niche service, how to find them, how to get them. Today we talked about the right offer. If you understand tripwires, if you want to listen to those terms, we call them foot in the door, value ladders, and how to tease it, like I showed you, and then how to price it. You can look at the profit margin, which we went through, and then upselling. Well, it all starts with a trial. That's it. It's not rocket science, okay? And then tomorrow, we're going to talk all about attracting the right clients, okay? Meaning, forget the right clients. Let's talk about attracting clients in general and how to close them through this most beautiful, simple, and easy process. I'll end with this. I see, I've been around a long time. And I see the industry for what it is. And the industry has went from foundations and keeping things simple to bragging about how much information they can sell you, rather than selling you an easy to follow process and telling you there is no secret, because there isn't. Matter of fact, most of the stuff out there, business model and stuff, there is no secret. It's just about doing the work and having a system and then the support. One thing that I will always say, which is why I sometimes I grapple with the whole free information world that we're in right now, right? I'm trying to get used to it. But you cannot have the best chance of survival as an entrepreneur without a community around you. You can't. You need the support. You need to meet people. You need to be around people. You can get to you can get to 5,000, maybe 10,000 a month by yourself alone in your basement, but it's going to be hard rather than being around a community. So with all that being said, like, subscribe, comment down below if this was helpful. And now we're about to get into the nitty gritty and the massive potatoes and meat that is on its way. Because tomorrow, like I mentioned, this is what we're going to be talking about. I actually forgot to take this form down. So if you happen to get in a day or two late, well, you got lucky. Anyway, guys, we'll see you tomorrow night on the next day of this boot camp. Bye-bye.